all together. What are we talking about?
Esther!
Yeah, guys, poor Esther's probably so offended you don't even know her name. We've been studying this for past 5 weeks. It's okay, Esther. I know you've been gone a long time. You gotta give them some grace. Second chances. We believe in this. Okay, so, yes, we're talking about Esther. What's our theme, guys? Esther kind of is a recurring theme in this series. That was like the main theme of the series. Esther, the big picture. Let's try this again. Okay, what's the main theme?
Esther.
Right, the big picture. Okay, so why do you guys think we've been going through this book the last couple weeks? What'd you say? Good, we did pick it. We picked it for a very good reason. What do you guys think that reason is? Why do you think we guys picked this? Do you think we just like flipped through our Bibles and we're like, okay, ready, stop. Oh, right there, Esther. Esther's the book we're studying. Or do you guys think we like picked it for a reason? Randomly? Okay, so we got one guess for randomly. Okay, any other guesses? Any other guesses? What'd you say? Wait. Oh, right here.
Specifically for a purpose.
For your good. What purpose do you think that is? Yeah, Lacey.
Because the big picture is what we need to focus on.
Good. Big picture is what we need to focus on. Sam, what you got?
Teaches us good lessons.
Teach us good lessons. That's also true. Good. Well, tonight is the last night of this book. So I'm going to tell y'all why we picked this. And if you don't know, by tonight, you guys were not paying attention this whole series, which means you wasted your time at youth group for the past 5 weeks, okay? So, let's do a quick review. Okay, what was the first thing that we talked about? Someone besides Riker. Riker, we're going to put you on a 3 strikes and you're out policy. You only get to answer 3 questions. Okay.
Esther obeyed no matter the circumstance.
Good, obedience. But it's a positive strike, you're out, not like a negative. A good strike. Yeah, absolutely. Obedience. Obedience. What are some of the things how do we define obedience? It's up on the screen there.
Submission to authority.
Good, submission to authority. And what else?
Trusting God.
Good, trusting God, right? We can be submissive to God's authority because we trust Him. All right, what can we talk about the second week?
Esther.
Good, we did talk about Esther, but what about Esther? Remember, you get to answer.
Someone said we're here.
Resilience, very good. Resilience, what does it mean to be resilient?
Ability to withstand adversity.
Good, yeah, it means to be able to bend but not break, right? Okay, good. What was what we learned the third week?
Patience.
Lacey.
Humility.
Humility. Good job. Okay, what does it mean to be humble?
A low view of one's own.
Good. I'm going to quote Anju here. She's not here to quote herself, so I'm going to do it for her. She's quoting C.S. Lewis. But, yes, but I love what she said. It's not thinking about less of yourself. It's thinking about yourself less and thinking about others more. Okay, what did we talk about last week?
I wasn't here. Patience.
Patience! Sam, you waited so patiently for this one. Good job. Good. Patience. So what does patience? What's patience?
The ability to accept delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry.
Good, yeah. Absolutely. Sometimes it's hard, the last part, right, to not get angry when we've been waiting for something for a long time. Or even sometimes not to feel hurt or frustrated. I know sometimes when I'm waiting for something, I don't just get angry. Sometimes I feel hurt, like the other person doesn't care. So yeah, that's patience. Okay, so today we're talking about the last little block up there. What are we talking about this week?
The big picture.
Can you give us a hint?
Esther.
I'm not going to tell you yet,
Give us a hint.
but we'll get there. Oh! Don't tell anybody else though. Good job, keep it to yourself.
She said it first.
Okay, good, good. All right, we're going to read Esther, because shock, we've been in Esther this whole time. So who saw that coming? Esther chapters 9 through 10. So right here, Esther chapter 9. the time came for the king's command and his decree to be executed. On the day the enemies of the Jews had hoped to overpower them, the opposite occurred, in that the Jews themselves overpowered those who hated them. That's all you need right there, folks. What did they have in the end?
Victory.
Victory, right? They had victory. They had victory, right? I love that song we just sang. I'm going to see a victory, right? What the enemy meant for evil, he worked for our good, right? The whole story, Haman setting up this plot to destroy the Jews. And in the end, we see that they have victory. Okay, a little further down in the same book, verses 11 through 14. 11 through 14, this is what it says. On that day, the number of those who were killed in Shushan, the citadel, was brought to the king. And the king said to Queen Esther, the Jews have killed and destroyed 500 men in Shushan, the citadel, and the 10 sons of Haman. What have they done? What have they done in the rest of the king's province? Now, what is your petition? It shall be granted to you. Or what is your further request? It shall be done. Then Esther said, if it pleases the king, let it be granted to the Jews who are in Shushan to do it again tomorrow according to today's decree. And let Haman's 10 sons be hanged on the gallows. So the king commanded this to be done. And the decree was issued in Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. Okay, so not only were they given this victory, guys, they were given victory in abundance. It wasn't just a one-day thing. It was also transferred to the second day. And this, solidified their safety, right? Because if they were doing that the first day, and they killed about 500 people, how do you think those people are going to feel tomorrow? They're going to be like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's chill. The Jews just killed off 500 people in our country. We're cool with it, that's fine. Or do you think they're going to be angry? Do you think they're going to go at them again now that they can't protect themselves because they only could protect themselves for a day, right? So this solidified their safety.
So, all the Jews got to kill a bunch of people the first day, so then Esther asked if they could kill even more people the second
So I'm going to have you pause for a second. Were they just ruthlessly killing? Were they just like, hey, we can go kill people now, woo! And they went off and killed people? No, the deal was, hey, anybody who attacks you, you have the right to defend yourself. Because before, did they have the right to defend themselves? No, they were said, hey, on this day, you get to go kill the Jews and they can't do anything about it. That's how it was set up originally. So this is saying, this decree that was set up that we talked about last week was saying, hey, they can defend themselves. So whoever attacked them, they were just defending themselves. So everything that they did in self-defense, including day 2. Because she said, hey, the same decree, reapply to tomorrow. So this is reapplied again. They're just defending themselves. They're not just going out and killing people.
Okay.
So, and also, the fact that the king wasn't even like, oh my gosh, they did that, we're not doing that again tomorrow. His willingness just shows God's hand at work, right? I think that's so cool. Okay, so, do you have any other questions? Did I answer your question? Okay, so, then also Esther, further down in this chapter 9, verses 20 through 22, okay? This is what it says. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters to all the Jews near and far who were in all the provinces of King Xerxes, to establish among them that they should celebrate yearly the 14th and 15th day of the month of Adar as the days on which the Jews had rested from their enemies, as the month which was turned from sorrow to joy for them, and from mourning to a holiday, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, of sending presents to one another and gifts to the poor. Okay, so given abundant victory from the day that should have been a mass slaughter. They were given victory, right, the first day, given victory again on the second day, and then also made a day of celebration, of joy, of abundance. So, this is the last week of this lesson, right, guys? So, why is this important? Why do you guys think we want to know these things?
We asking all of them?
Yeah, anybody who wants to answer.
It's trying to teach us God's power.
That's a part of it, absolutely. Yeah, God's power. And through God's power, we have what? What's this whole night been about? Victory. Yeah, so each one of these things that we have talked about, right? We've talked about obedience. We've talked about patience. We've talked about humility. We've talked about, I went out of order, now I'm confused. Resilience. Those are all things that we've talked about for the last couple of weeks, right? And all of those things, if we actually kind of don't make them in this list, we separate them out, they all point us to one thing. Okay? So through these traits and aspects, we see God's victory in their life. Through Mordecai and Esther's obedience, through their resilience, through their patience, and through their humility, they have victory because they trusted in the Lord. Even when they couldn't see him, even when it was situations that were hard, or they didn't understand, or they were angry, or confused, or hurt, right? There are times in our life when we're like, God, why are we doing this? Right? We talked about how patient Esther had to be. She didn't know why she was there. Esther's story didn't happen a year's worth of time. It happened over a span, I think, of 10 years. We don't always get answers right away, but God is moving and working for your victory, guys. For your victory, because that brings him glory. Doesn't always mean we get what we want. Doesn't always mean that the road is easy. But in the end, what the Israelites get to do? They got to rejoice, right? And celebrate together. And that's what victory looks like for us, guys. Through these 4 traits. If we trust the Lord and are obedient and resilient and patient and humble, we will see victory in our lives. So, my question for you guys tonight is, how are you applying these 4 traits to see victory in your life? And what are you doing to strengthen them? Right? If you're not working out a muscle, what's it doing? It's becoming weaker, right? So what are we doing to strengthen these 4 traits in our life? What are we doing in our life to help us be obedient? What are we doing in our life to help us be humble? What are we doing in our life to help us be resilient? That's the question I want to leave you guys with tonight. Okay? So we're going to close, I'm going to prayer, and then we're going to go to our sponsors. Okay? Dear Lord, thank you so much for this time to come before you, Lord. And thank you so much that you are always moving, God, that you do see a big picture, Lord, that you do have a plan, and that you do have a victory in store for us, Lord, through Jesus Christ. And so I just pray that in just life, Lord, whatever it throws at us, God, that we would trust that you are moving, Lord, that we would trust that there is a victory ahead, Lord, that we would trust that you are good, Lord, and that you love us. I just pray for our small groups, Lord, that we would just have a good discussion, that we would just really think, Lord, about how we are pursuing you, Lord, and looking for you even in the small ways. In Jesus' name, amen.